AB and the Raiders. Now, Skip, I've been abundantly clear on this from the very, very beginning. Ever since he did what he did in the locker room after that Kansas City game. I said that Steelers, move on. Okay. Leave it alone. But they gave him the long-term deal. Even after that situation, even after missed practices, even after the missed meetings, they gave him that deal. When he started, and this was, the Ben Roethlisberger thing had the respect and the disrespect that Ben leveled at him, and corroborated by Kevin Colbert coming out and said these 52 kids needs to follow Ben's lead.
Yep.
Verified, confirmed what AB had been saying. So I don't want to make it seem like everything that AB did was on the up and up, and I don't like the way he handled this situation. But Skip, he won. He went from a situation in which he had no more guaranteed money starting in 2019. He bucks his way out of that system, gets a new deal. They tear that deal up, give him $54 million with $30 guaranteed. The Raiders trade Amari Cooper, a third and a fifth, for Antonio Brown and a first-round draft pick.
Sort of, but go ahead. Yeah.
The Eagles traded a third-round pick to get Golden Tate. Now, for a third-round pick, which would you rather have, Antonio Brown or Golden Tate? Yeah.
I'd rather have Amari Cooper, but that's just me.
Amari Cooper can't shine Antonio Brown's shoes.
We'll talk about that.
Stop playing, Skip Bayless. Look, and still, Skip, and when this woke up early yesterday morning, I'm looking, trending on my timeline, AB goes third and the fifth. And then I read what people are saying. Skip, I said...
You got to quit doing that.
I can't.
You ought to just decide what you think.
No.
Not what people say.
No. Listen what I'm saying. No, they don't sway what I'm going to say. What I'm saying is I can't understand how they can excuse when teams cut a player with 3, 4, 5 years left on a contract.
Okay.
But become so upset with Antonio Brown for bucking with 3 years left on his contract, wanting more money. That's my only thing, Skip. They don't influence what I say. When I come sit across this, whatever. You know when I come sit across from you, that's why I don't watch with sound.
Yes.
I don't let anybody influence what Shannon Sharpe says.
Why do you read your hats? Why do you read all your mentions?
I don't read mentions. No, I'm looking at...
Yes, you do?
No, I'm looking at the people that's upset at a beat. Right. No, I'm not meaning to mention. You say what you want. Sometimes I respond to people because I'm friendly like that. You all callous, hard. Like to sit on your ivory tower and look down on people. That ain't how I am.
It's just the other way
I'm a man of the people. But anyway, Skip Bayless. The Raiders, Skip, this was a no-brainer for the Raiders. They had the cap space, and they're about to embark upon something next year. They're moving to a new locale. Skip, they need players. And in Vegas, Skip, if you want to be a show, there are a lot of shows that's going on in Vegas. And when the shows aren't really good, they don't last very long. They need stars going to Las Vegas. Antonio Brown is a star. However you think he did to get out of this situation, he pouted, he sulked, he quit on his team. The fact of the matter is, someone got 6 consecutive seasons in which he had 100 catches. Someone went to 7 straight Pro Bowls. Someone is a 4-time first-team All-Pro player. He's a top 3 player, whether you like DeAndre Hopkins or Julio Jones. That's the mix for the top 3 wide receivers. Antonio Brown is one of those. And the Raiders got him for a 3rd and a 5th round draft pick. So they won this. They knew the Steelers had no leverage. Antonio Brown, whatever leverage they thought they might have had, his antics on social media, his antics when he went public and voiced his displeasure and became very, very critical, not only of Coach Tomlin, but Ben Roethlisberger, it made it unattainable. There's no way he was going back into that locker room, Skip. You knew that. I knew that. So this is all they could get given the circumstances, because not only were you having to trade compensation, draft picks, you're going to have to give them a new deal. And the Raiders said, you know what? For this kind of talent, that's easy. We gladly give that up. AB won and the Raiders won. And the Steelers lost huge because they got nobody to replace him, and they got $21.1 million dead money on their cap.
Well, you had me at win-win, but when you went to Steelers lose huge, you lost me. I see this deal as a win-win win, because I think the Steelers won too, because they did have the guts to say, you know what, we screwed up. You and I both said you screwed up back in early 2017, February.
Yep.
You gave him the deal that you shouldn't have given him in the first place.
Correct.
Yeah.
They looked at what happened last year. They started out 7-2-1, then they missed the playoffs. And they believed that the biggest culprit there, the most blame, should be laid at the feet of Antonio Brown.
Correct.
They said, we cannot win with him going into next year. So it's not like they're trading their quarterback. No, they're just trading a wide receiver. Is he a really good one? Sure he is. Do wide receivers change your world? Are they the leader of your football team? Are they the most important position? No, quarterback is. So I submit to you, and I'll get deeper in this in just a minute, but I think the Steelers will be better next year without Antonio Brown. I think this was addition by subtraction. I realize they just had to give him away, but at least they had the guts to say, we can't do this anymore. We don't want to pay him the $2.5 million that they would have owed him at the end of this coming week for a roster bonus. They just said, cut losses out from under. Give him away. And again, I'm with you. I'm shocked at how Antonio won because, boy, he hit the lottery here. But you know what happens? It reminded me 2 nights ago of what happened to Alex Rodriguez. Do you remember back in 2000 when he landed with the Texas Rangers?
Correct.
He got $252 million from then owner Tom Hicks.
Yes.
And everybody said, what are you doing, Tom Hicks? You're bidding against yourself.
Right.
Well, he was, but he didn't care. He just wanted the glitz and glitter of A-Rod in Texas, right? And around baseball, again, I was covering baseball pretty heavily at that point. The theory was it was the one nut theory. All you have to do is find one nut, like one crazy person.
That's all you need.
And I believe that Antonio found one crazy person, and it was John Gruden, because I think John did not handle the criticism very well, and it shocked me last year because he got more defensive by the Sunday, right?
And
it started to eat him alive, and obviously the Raiders need some new credibility. They need a marquee figure. They need a gate attraction. They need a reason to even turn on the TV and watch the Oakland Raiders.
Correct.
And they got one. They got a highly controversial self-promoter who's also a deep threat, which is the Raider way. It was the Al Davis way. So he became sort of the vintage classic skull and crossbones Oakland Raider, right?
Tell me this move is not all Al Davis.
Okay.
Tell me Al Davis would have made this move, Skip.
Okay. I'm with you. I don't think John Gruden in his past life, in his first go-around as a head coach, would have made this move.
Probably
But
not.
I think he was desperate. To your point, they're on the verge of going to Oakland. Okay. And I can just tell you, I was just in Las Vegas, whenever it was, 3 weeks ago. And there are Raider shops everywhere, in malls and hotels.
They're ready.
Already?
They have Raider shops. The whole shop is selling only Raiders gear. Guess what was out in front of every one of those shops? A life-size cutout, cardboard cutout of Chucky. Because he's the face of he's all you got to sell right now in Las Vegas is John Gruden.
Right.
Guess who's going to get replaced today? AB's going to replace Chucky, right?
Yes.
And we're going to talk about this a little later. Will they jump on Le'Veon Bell so they can have a 2-for-1 punch here?
Right.
You know, 2 Steelers. You know, they can get 2 of the killer bees to put the Raiders back on the national map. Okay, I got it. But you found the one nut. You found somebody desperate enough that they had no choice but to try to make you happy, so they gave you a little bit more than Odell's contract, right?
Right.
But is he Odell in marquee value? Like, just look at IG followers for Odell. Odell's at 12.6 million. Antonio's at 3.2. So there's a huge drop. It's not like Antonio is a dynamo on Instagram. It comes across like that he owns social media. Well, not according to that figure, right?
But let me ask you a question. Who do you think is the better receiver, AB or Odell?
Well, that's a close call.
I'd
go Odell.
No, I wouldn't go Odell.
No, I would.
When are you going to see Odell play another 16 games? Because I'm waiting to see that.
Well, I'll tell you this. Let's just keep it in context, because I'm not going to let you. We said he couldn't. Amari couldn't shine
Couldn't shine his shoes. Hold a candle to him.
I would take Amari Cooper any Sunday, any Monday, any Thursday, any day, any Saturday over Antonio Brown because I can trust Amari Cooper. He makes plays, not waves. And I'm not going to trust AB going forward. Do you think he's suddenly going to turn into a model citizen? Maybe for a little while he will.
Well, I think John Gruden has an understanding of how he has to deal with these guys' skill. But this is what I know about AB. In 92 games, Antonio Brown has had 2 games in which he caught 30 yards receiving or more. Amari Cooper got 19 of those in 52 games.
Yeah, but what happened? Amari Cooper came right out of the chute as the 4th overall pick, and he makes boom, boom, back-to-back Pro Bowls. And then who took over as coach? John Gruden. Yeah. And what happened to Amari Cooper? He began to sulk. He did not respond to that kind of coaching because that kind of coaching drove Keyshawn Johnson crazy back in 2003. Remember?
Yeah, it drives
John Gruden sent him home halfway through after they had won a Super Bowl.
And if Antonio Brown starts bucking, that's exactly what will happen to him.
Think it'll be an okay fit?
All right, but again, John Gruden needs to mellow out a little bit just to get them to Las Vegas. Because I'm sure he's getting some pressure from Mark Davis above him, the owner who gave him 10 years and $100 million. We need some marquee value.
With that kind of money, Skip, ain't no pressure.
Okay.
So what are you going to do? Fire me? With 8 years left on the contract and $80 million?
Okay.
I think not.
Well, I thought John would go slowly but surely and build through the draft, but he is now crumbling under the pressure to give the fans what they want, which is some star power, right?
Yes.
Give him AB, give him Le'Veon.
Because it was more difficult than he thought.